Welcomes all of you. In this video session, we are going to learn a new concept, that is method used for corrosion control. As you know, there are various methods which is useful for corrosion control. In this video session, we are going to study anodic protection method, the principle of anodic protection method, construction, working, application, advantages and limitations of anodic protection, as well as the comparison between the cathodic protection and anodic protection. So let's begin with our topic, that is anodic protection. What is the principle of anodic protection? A metal or alloy. What is meant by the alloy? Alloy is the combinations of the two metal, right? In the principle of anodic protection, a metal or alloy which having a wide range of passivity voltage, right? It is made anodic and the voltage in the passivity range is applied over it to control corrosion even by the strongly corroding medium. On that principle, your anodic protection can be worked, right? I will again repeat the principle of anodic protection. A metal or alloy which is having wide range of the passivity voltage, right, which is made anodic and the voltage of the passivity range is applied over it to control its corrosion even by strongly corroding medium. On that principle, your anodic protections can be worked, right? Now the construction and working of anodic protection. This is the diagrammatic representation of anodic protection, right? This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 1 means what? A iron tank, right, which is a strong corrodant or electrolyte. This is the iron tank, right? Reactor or water tank which containing industrial water, right? This is iron tank, one represented. Second is what? This is a tank is made anode, right? Third is, this is the reference electrode. Mostly platinum is used as a reference electrode in anodic protection. This fourth one is auxiliary electrode. Graphite is used as auxiliary electrode, right, in anodic protection, right? Then this fifth one is potentiostat, right? Then this sixth one is your voltmeter, and last one is your what? Ammeter, right? So this is the simple diagrammatic representation of anodic protection. See, the metallic installation, reactor, water tank, industrial water cooler means this, right, is made anodic by using reference electrode, which is the reference electrode platinum, right, and auxiliary electrode, which is the auxiliary electrode, that is graphite, which is clearly indicated in what? Diagram, right? Means your metallic installation, right, it is made anodic with the help of what? Reference electrode, that is platinum, and that is auxiliary electrode, that is graphite. Your metallic installation can made anodic, right? Then there is a potentiostat for applying the desired voltage, right? This fifth one is potentiostat. The role of potentiostat is to apply the desired voltage. This is the role. Then the ammeter. The role of ammeter is to watch the corrosion current, right? The minimum or negligible current indicate that anodic protection is taking place successfully. With the help of ammeter, we can watch the current, right? And if the system goes out of control anytime, the corrosion current will be high and the electrical connections can be removed immediately. So this is the simple construction and working of whatever anodic protection. Now, what is the applications of anodic protection? This anodic protection method is applicable to protect what? Chemical reactors. Chemical reactors can be protected with the help of anodic protection method. Again, this method is applicable for protection of complex metallic installation on ground or under the sea water. For that protection, anodic protection method can be useful. Again, this method is again helpful for what? Protection of what? Your industrial water cooler, industrial metal condenser, right? Your pipeline, mostly that pipeline carries what? Corrosive liquid or solution. For that protection, your anodic protections method can be useful, right? Now, what is the advantages of anodic protection? Anodic protection advantage is the operating cost of anodic protection is very low, right? Operating cost of anodic protection is very low. This method is applicable to what? Highly corrosive media, right? Anodic protection method which is applicable for highly corrosive media. Then it is also reliable to protect the complex structure. Means anodic protection method is also reliable to protect the complex structure. Okay, and the feasibility of the method can be predicted in laboratory experiment. Right. One more important advantage of this method is feasibility of the method. It can be protected with the help of what? Laboratory experiment. And protection current gives the idea about what? Your corrosion rate. So these are the advantages of what? Your anodic protections method. Now what is the limitations of the anodic protection? Anodic protection limitation is applicable, this method, anodic protection method is applicable to only those metal which can show the active passive behavior, right? This anodic protection method which is applicable to only those metal which can show the active passive behavior, right? Then their installation cost is very high, right? Again, it required the high starting current is required in anodic protection method. Initially very high starting current is required, right? And if the system goes out of control, then very high corrosion is going to take place. So these are the limitations of what? Your anodic protection method, right? Now what is the difference between cathodic protection and anodic protection? See, this cathodic protection, what is the principle of cathodic protection? The metal to be protected is forced to behave as what? Cathode. This is the principle of cathodic protection, right? And there are two different ways of cathodic protection, by using sacrificial anode method and by using impress current method, which is already seen in previous video, right? So the difference between cathodic and anodic protection is this cathodic protection method is applicable for all metals. You remember this one. Cathodic protection method is applicable for all metals. Then in anodic protection method, which is applicable to only those metal which shows active passive behavior, right? Anodic protection method which is applicable to only those metal which can shows the active passive behavior. Then this cathodic protection method used full for metal protection in less electrical conductance environment, right? Cathodic protection method is useful in less electrical conductance environment. Anodic protection method is used in highly electrical conductance environment, right? Then in cathodic protection, the installation cost is very low. In anodic protection, installation cost is very high, right? Then in cathodic protection, the operating cost is higher. In anodic protection, operating cost is lower, right? And in cathodic protection, if the system goes out of control, then what happen? There will be slow corrosion is going to take place. But in anodic protection, if the system goes out of control, then higher corrosion is going to take place, right? Here is in cathodic protection, feasibility cannot be predicted by laboratory experiment, but in anodic protection, feasibility can be predicted with the help of what? Laboratory experiment, right? What is the basic difference between the cathodic and anodic protection? I will again highlight the previous point. See, cathodic protection method is applicable for all metals. Anodic protection method is applicable to only those metal which can show the active passive behavior, right? Then second one is this method is useful for metal protection in less electrical conductance environment. This method is also useful for the protection of metal but in highly electrical conductance environment, right? In cathodic protection, installation cost is very low. In anodic protection, installation cost is very high. In cathodic protection, operating cost is higher. In anodic protection, operating cost is lower, right? In cathodic protection, if the system goes out of control, then slower corrosion is going to take place. In anodic protection, if the system goes out of control, then higher corrosion is going to take place, right? And in cathodic protection, feasibility cannot be predicted by laboratory experiment, but in anodic protection, feasibility can be predicted in laboratory experiment, right? I hope that you understood the concept of what anodic protection, its principle, its construction, working, right? Its application, advantages, limitations, and the comparison between cathodic and anodic protection, right? If you have any doubt regarding to this concept, anodic protection, you may post your difficulties on Google Classroom, okay? So I hope that I will conclude this. Thank you very much. Thank you.